3 amazing inventions from Japan that feel almost futuristic. First, there's something called yo-yo ice cream. You just mix ice, sugar, milk, and strawberries, then shake it well. After a short time, it turns into delicious homemade ice cream. Second, if you win a large plush toy at an arcade, you don't have to struggle carrying it around. In Japan, there are vacuum shrink stations where you place the toy in a special bag, remove the air, and it becomes compact and easy to carry. Third, Japan has a clever hanging style bathtub designed by the company Pafat. It saves a lot of space since it doesn't sit on the floor like traditional tubs. Once you're done, you simply drain the water, making it a smart, space-saving solution. 3 things from Japan that make everyday life easier. First, many bottles in Japan have caps that stay attached to the bottle, making them much easier to open and drink from. Second, some cafes in Japan serve coffee in edible cups instead of disposable ones. These cups are made from a biscuit-like material. You can enjoy your coffee and then eat the cup afterward. That means you get both a coffee and a snack for the price of one. Third, you don't have to scrape yogurt off the inside of the lid in Japan because many yogurt containers have a non-stick lid. This special technology is inspired by the lotus leaf, whose surface naturally repels water. That's why the yogurt doesn't stick to the inside of the lid. So, which one was your favorite? Let me know in the comments.
3 amazing things from Japan that will surprise you. Number 1, in Japan's snowy mountain regions, temperatures can drop as low as minus 35 degrees Celsius. People have found a fun way to make use of the freezing weather. When they step out of a hot spring and toss their wet hair into the air, it freezes within seconds and stands completely upright. This unique frozen hair look has become quite popular on the internet. Number 2, Japan is always a few steps ahead when it comes to technology. In some advanced stores, robotic employees now help customers. You simply choose your item on a screen and pay for it. The robot then walks to the refrigerator, picks up your bottle of water, measures the distance with its cameras, and delivers it directly into your hands. Number 3, people in Japan take cleanliness and hygiene very seriously. That's why they've created a special fruit washer that cleans fruits without using chemicals. Simply place delicate fruits like grapes, cherries, or strawberries inside and turn the handle. The soft bristles gently rotate to remove even tiny particles of dirt without damaging the fruit.
3 things from Japan that might make you feel like the rest of us are living years behind. First, many children in Japan use a specially designed toothbrush instead of a regular one. Its slightly curved shape fits children's teeth more comfortably, making brushing easier and more effective. After brushing, their teeth look cleaner and shinier. Second, in many restaurants across Japan, you'll find robots instead of human waiters. Once you place your order, the robot brings your food directly to your table, making the experience both convenient and fun. Third, you've probably tried many different kinds of sweets, but you may have never tasted Japan's famous mochi. It's made by repeatedly pounding steamed rice until it becomes soft and stretchy. It not only looks unique, but is also incredibly delicious. Would you like to try it? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe. 3 things from Japan that will amaze the whole world. Number 1, Japan has an amazing fizzy pump that can make your soft drink taste fresh again. After a drink has been sitting for a while, it often loses its fizz. But with this pump, you can add the bubbles back, making it taste almost like a brand new drink. Number 2, Japan has small capsules that contain disposable socks. Simply open the capsule, take out the socks, wear them, and throw them away after use. They're especially useful when you're traveling. Number 3, besides the ordinary red strawberries, Japan is also famous for its unique white strawberries. They're just as beautiful to look at as they are delicious to eat. 3 things from Japan that the whole world should adopt as soon as possible. Number 1, Japan has a very strict rule for juice packaging. If the juice contains 100% real fruit, only then can the package show real fruit images. If the fruit content is lower, only cartoon-style images are allowed. And if there is no real fruit at all, then showing fruit images is completely banned. Number 2, in Japan, coins are used more than paper money. Because of this, people carry special coin holders. This keeps all coins neatly organized and makes them very easy to manage. Number 3, Japan has flashlights that work with salt water. Just add salty water and shake it once. They can provide light for up to 8 hours. 3 things from Japan that will make you stop and think. First, Japanese students use a special eraser that has a hidden surprise. As you keep using it, a picture of Mount Fuji gradually appears. Maybe that's why students end up paying more attention to the eraser than to the lesson. Second, people in Japan love turning even ordinary items into something unique. Some shampoo bottles are designed so that the shampoo comes out shaped like a cat's paw. Third, Japan also has a special toilet unclogging cover that claims it can clear a clogged toilet with just a few presses. It sounds like a brilliant idea, but if you press too hard, you might end up making an even bigger mess. 3 things from Japan that will leave you saying, wait, what? First, Japan has transparent shoes made entirely of silicone. They're surprisingly comfortable to wear, and when you put them on, it almost feels like you're walking barefoot. Second, in most countries, you have to screw a jar lid on by hand. But in Japan, some jars have lids that smoothly close on their own, making them both convenient and satisfying to watch. Third, in Japan, you should never play with chopsticks while eating. Doing so is considered disrespectful because chopsticks are closely tied to Japanese culture and dining etiquette. 3 things from Japan that make it feel like the country is already living in 2050. First, the ketchup packets in Japan are different from those in the rest of the world. Once you tear the top and squeeze the packet, the ketchup comes out smoothly. You can also peel back the wrapper and use it as a small dipping tray. Second, if you buy a book in Japan, the bookstore often puts a cover on it before handing it to you. This helps protect your privacy so no one judges you based on what you're reading. Finally, there's a clever gadget that attaches to the top of a bottle and instantly turns it into a cup. It lets you drink water from the bottle much more easily.
3 things that you can only find in Japan. First, transparent cat bags have become very common in Japan these days. People there love going out with their pets. That's why stylish bags have been designed so cats can enjoy the view of the outside world. Second, in Japan, clear silicone bumpers are used to protect children from table corners. They stick to wood, glass, or marble surfaces without causing any damage. Because they are transparent, they don't ruin the look of the furniture, and children stay safe. Third, many shops in Japan keep small shopping baskets for kids. Not only that, children's items are placed on lower shelves so they can easily pick them up. In Japan, many kids learn to shop on their own from an early age. Finally, if you want ice cream in Japan, a cute cow robot might serve you, making perfect ice cream every time. Maybe that's why even the small things in Japan catch everyone's attention.
In Japan, there are some things that you can hardly find anywhere else in the world. First, people in Japan keep special leaves in their rooms, but these are not ordinary leaves. They indicate temperature. When it's cold, the leaf stays deep green, and as the room gets warmer, it slowly turns yellow. It is both useful and decorative. Next, if things keep falling off your tray, Japan's anti-slip tray can help. This wooden tray has a special coating that firmly holds every glass and plate in place. Even if the tray is tilted at any angle, nothing moves. And finally, in Japan, funny, squishy animal stickers are used to protect walls. You simply stick them where a door handle might hit the wall. When the door opens, its soft belly absorbs the impact. This keeps the wall safe and also brings a smile to your face. Which of these did you like the most? Let me know in the comments.
Look, this girl gets completely stuck while playing a wooden block game. She has no idea which block to pull out, because one wrong move could bring the entire tower crashing down. But then her 1-year-old child steps in. To everyone's surprise, the little one calmly pulls out 3 or 4 blocks, one after another, without knocking the tower over. Look, this young boy is using a very smart way to make money. Whenever a famous athlete walks past him, he intentionally drops the ball he is holding. As soon as the ball falls, the athlete's attention goes toward it. Then, when the athlete picks up the ball, the boy quickly hands him a marker. Now the athlete has no option left except to sign the ball. Using this trick, the boy collects autographs from big players and later sells those balls for huge amounts of money.
What you're looking at is a river crossing technique that's nearly 2,000 years old. It's called bamboo drifting, and mastering it can take years. The rider must stand on a large bamboo pole while using a smaller bamboo stick to stay balanced. It's so challenging that even after years of practice, many people still end up falling into the water. Yet ancient Chinese fishermen mastered this incredible skill and used it to cross rivers with remarkable ease. Does playing basketball really make you taller? Why are most basketball players so tall? In 2024, the average height of professional basketball players was around 6 feet 3 inches. Seeing this, many people believe that playing basketball increases your height. But what's the truth? In reality, basketball doesn't directly make you taller. However, if you play it at a young age, the running, jumping, and stretching involved can support healthy growth and may help you reach your natural height potential.
Look, this man first cracked open a real raw egg to show everyone. Then he took another egg that had been made by a machine and started cracking it open as well. But the moment it broke completely, a yellow jelly-like substance came out from the inside. Everyone was left shocked because it didn't look like a real egg at all. Instead, it appeared to be an artificial demonstration egg made to show how such replicas can look. Look, this girl suddenly makes a cut in a tree with a knife. Then, as soon as she makes a second cut in the same spot, a white, milk-like liquid starts flowing out. She quickly begins collecting it in a small bowl. The most surprising part is that this liquid is used to make many expensive and valuable products. Now let's see how many of you can recognize what it is. Comment below, what do you think this white liquid is? Look, being this tall might sound amazing, but after seeing this guy's life, you might change your mind. Every time he walks into his house, the first thing that happens is he hits his head on the doorway. When he sits at the table, it's so small that getting comfortable is almost impossible. When he takes a shower, the shower head keeps hitting his head. And when it's time to sleep, even the bed is too short, leaving his feet hanging off the edge every night. Now imagine being this tall. What would be the biggest problem for you? When the doctor said that Grandma only had 2 months left, Grandpa was completely shattered inside. But Grandma did not give up. She decided that whatever time she had left, she would live it with full happiness. So every day, she would wear different costumes and surprise Grandpa. Sometimes she would dress up as a ghost and throw snow at him. Sometimes she would become a mermaid and wait for him in the water. And sometimes she would dress up as toilet paper and playfully throw paper towels around him. But one day, when Grandpa opened the door, Grandma was not there. A like is definitely deserved for this.
Have you ever seen a red fox this close? Its fluffy tail is not just cute, it also works like a soft blanket and helps it maintain perfect balance while running. But it is quite sensitive. That's why if you disturb it too much, it will simply stay away. If a fox is raised around humans, it can become more playful and curious. It even makes soft, cute sounds. Sometimes it quietly comes and sits near you, and other times it walks away again, because deep down, it always stays a little wild.
Look, at first it seems like this guy has completely lost his mind. When he didn't have a pot to cook noodles, he filled a plastic bag with water and hung it up like this. Everyone watching thought the bag would burst the moment he put the noodles in or lit the fire underneath. But the most surprising part was that the plastic didn't burst at all. Instead, he cooked the noodles right inside the plastic bag and ate them.
Look at this. Have you ever wondered where people in ancient times got the iron tips for their arrows when they lived deep in the wilderness? In those days, there were also skilled blacksmiths who used magnets to collect tiny pieces of iron from the soil. They would then heat the metal in a fire and hammer it into sharp points. These iron arrowheads were later attached to arrows and used for hunting animals and surviving in the wild.
This car is moving at a speed of 50 kilometers per hour, so why isn't the drone crashing into the inside of the car? If you look closely, you'll notice that all 4 windows are closed. Because of that, outside air isn't entering the car, so there's no airflow pushing the drone around. That's why the drone is able to stay stable in the same position. The homeowner made it clear that he wasn't going to pay extra for tiles. Everything had to be completed within the agreed budget. So the workers spread a thin layer of cement across the parking area. Then he placed special strips on top of the wet cement. Once the cement had partially set, he carefully removed the strips. The finished floor looked just like it was made of real tiles.